no different than most people in this hobby who buy and collect and then sell every now and then because they've gone up in value, so they sell and make some money and buy some other stuff. He's doing exactly the same thing on a bigger scale. Welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you're doing well. Today we've got a Q&A, something I've not done before, but I thought it'd be fun to get your guys' questions, give my opinions and thoughts on them. So thank you very much to everyone who sent in questions over on Instagram. I posted it on my story and lots of people replied and sent DMs, so thank you very much. Next time I do one, if you want to submit questions, just go follow me on Instagram. It's PokeMike102. And that way you can get questions across if I do another video later. But for now, thank you to everyone who sent their questions in. Obviously I wouldn't be able to make the video without it. So let's get going. We've got the first question, which is, personally, what are your views on modern sets? Do you like the artworks? Is there enough chase cards? Is there enough variety of cards? Personal view, I think everyone goes for Charizards. That's the full question. I really enjoy modern sets at the moment. I'm collecting myself a binder of like my favourite cards from Sword and Shield from every set. So all the V cards that I personally like and want, VMAX, the rainbows. So yeah, I am enjoying modern sets. Obviously there are issues around supply and stuff at the moment, but I'm having just as much fun collecting that binder as I have done collecting anything, whether it's vintage or anything else in the hobby. So I am loving modern sets at the moment. Another part of the question was, do you like the artworks? Yes, I mean, I guess I covered that by all the cards I'm collecting. Is there enough chase cards? Now, that depends on the set. Obviously, some sets really rely on the Charizard, like Champion's Path, the 2 Charizards, not a lot of anything else. So I think it really depends, because it does change between sets. Champion's Path, there wasn't enough variety, it just had Charizard. But then you've got other sets, Shining Fate's just come out, like it's got a Charizard in it, but there's loads of other cards that people enjoy and people want to pull. So as much as they use Charizard as a chase card, there's plenty of others if you're interested in them, So I think modern in that sense, in terms of chase cards, is fine. There's always going to be some sets that are more fun and more exciting for other people. And then there's always going to be some sets that aren't so great. I don't think, I just think that's unavoidable. You can't please everyone in that sense. Some people are going to prefer some sets to others. And you can't just release banger after banger. It's just the way modern sets work. You look at any era, Sun and Moon, XY, there's always a set that's least popular. Like, it's always going to happen. So yeah, I think modern's great and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. Where are you hoping to take your collection in 2021? What goals do you have? This is a great question, and one that personally I'm not too sure on. I'm not buying as much vintage as I used to. Obviously, I am collecting modern more. I personally don't have any goals, I guess, for this year. There was a goal I recently had, which was I wanted to collect Black and White Legendary Treasures, the Radiant Collection subset. I wanted to try and get all of them in PSA 10. I opened loads of packs myself. Pretty much pulled every Radiant Collection card you could pack fresh. I bought a master set, none of which to me look PSA 10 quality, and some of those common Radiant Collection cards, they're pop 0, so I wanted to be the first to collect it in 10s, but the situation with PSA at the moment as well, and the fact that all my pack fresh cards, I don't think any of them are 10 worthy. Like, I can find imperfections with every single one. I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, I don't really have a main goal in mind at the moment. My goals switch so quickly that it's just like wherever my attention goes, I'm like, oh, I want to do that, and then I might see a different set or a different card, and then I want that. So yeah, I don't actually, I guess right now I don't really have a goal. I have been collecting primes, not all of them, but the ones that I like are my favourites. So I guess that is a goal. I do have one left to get. So let's just say, yeah, my goal 2021 is to collect the set of primes that I want in PSA 9 or better. Next we have your top 3 personal prized possessions in your collection. Another great question. So, personal top 3. I'd have to say first edition Charizard base set. It's PSA 6, but it's just that card, what it represents. It is the holy grail. I know it's a 6 and not a 10. I'm never going to be able to get a 10, but just the card itself, it represents, it is the chase card, it is the original, it is the first English, first edition Charizard. So that would have to be one. Base set booster box, again, is like the first one I got. For me, it's so nostalgic, like that set, I remember it when I was a kid. So yeah, first edition Charizard, base set booster box, and one more, I think it's going to have to actually be the Neo Genesis booster box. Yeah, it's unlimited, it's not first edition, but the reason I really like that item for my collection is just kind of the history of it. It came from an ex-WotC employee that then went to Leon Hart. It was in his channel. He had a massive haul of boxes from this ex-WotC employee. Some of them he opened, and some of them he sold, and I was lucky enough to buy the Neo Genesis unlimited booster box. So knowing like the history of a booster box is, I guess, kind of rare. They do move around quite a lot, and unless it's someone like an ex-WotC employee, you're not likely to find someone who actually bought it from release and it's just been sat there for all that time. So for me, like, knowing that it's gone through those hands and it is, not having the history of it, it's also like pristine, like it's so clean. For me, that just makes it extra special. So I guess, yeah, first edition Charizard, base set booster box, and Neo Genesis booster box. So the next question is, what are your personal goals for 2021 outside of Pokemon? Another great question. I guess getting through this whole situation we're in, being in lockdown. I don't really have any big personal goals myself for this year, other than, hopefully things get better and we can do things and go back to being able to do things we used to be able to do, and kind of looking forward to that. I guess one would be the house renovation. We bought this house about a year ago and we've been renovating it ever since. There's some big work that needs doing still, but whether that will be done this year or next year, I'm not sure, but I guess that could be added to one of the goals, is to complete the house maybe. But who knows, we'll see what happens. Next question we have is, what do you think of people scalping Shining Fates and doubling the prices? Very, very hot topic right now. It's a hard one because, yeah, obviously it sucks. It really does suck that, I guess, it's going into the wrong hands, as you can say. But the issue with this is there's always going to be scalpers where the demand is high and the supply is low. Look at PS5s and literally look at any item, and they will just show up where there's an opportunity for them to do this, right? Unfortunately, Pokemon can't print fast enough, and if they could, if tomorrow they could just like triple their printing capacity, then that issue would disappear. They only show up where they can do this, right? So it does suck, but it's kind of unavoidable, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And it is annoying, but there's simply nothing we can do about that. So the main issue is obviously supply and demand. If Pokemon could just flood the market, then they would go away. I guess, yeah, it's difficult. It's just unavoidable, given the situation. It's going to happen until supply and demand level out, and maybe demand drops or maybe supply increases, but it's going to be a problem. So I guess the main thing is just to be aware, just to understand that it's going to keep happening for a little while. Like there's no way around that. The only way to beat this is to make sure you get in on pre-orders ASAP and get that pre-order locked in at RRP. As you know, that's what I do as soon as the set is on the website, whether it's Chaos, Total, you know, Magic, wherever you're getting it from. Get over there, pre-order it if you can, because you've then got your order locked in at that retail price. You don't have to worry about these prices doubling. You know, you don't have to pay that, and I know it's ruining it for people because product just is not on shelves and you can't get it, but it's something you have to learn to work around, I guess, and you know, it's unavoidable, which is, I guess, which is the most annoying point is that there's nothing we can do. So it is frustrating. It's a real shame, but yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be the way it is for a little while longer. Next question we have is, do you think Logan Paul buying all those first edition booster boxes is good or bad for the Pokemon community? Now, this is a great question, and it really depends on what you think is good or bad, right? Because the Pokemon community, for you could be in it for investing, you could be in it for collecting, you know, depending on what you're doing in the hobby, depends on whether it's good or bad for you. If you have a load of first edition base set graded cards, or you know, or booster packs, then it's going to be good for the value of what you have. But if you've got them and you're a collector and you're looking to get more, then obviously it's going to be bad for you. Without, you know, being too vague, if you want my personal opinion, I actually enjoy what he's doing. And I know a load of people hate on it. But my personal opinion is I find it fun. His videos are made to, you know, production of his videos. It's like a movie trailer, and I get excited watching it because it's the hobby that I love, and he's turning it into like this event, this global event that you can tune into and watch, and his video building up to it are like little trailers that are just made like no other PokeTuber person can do what he's doing, can put in that production value and make the video as exciting and like a film. Like it's I find it really fun to watch, and it gets me excited. I'm not looking to buy any more first edition base. I mean, I only had a few cards. I had one holo and then a couple of like commons and uncommons. I still have them. I'm not looking to sell them. But I know a lot of people have issues with him. I find it fun to enjoy his content, and you know, like I like seeing what happens to the market. Like I like analysing it and you know, speculating. Oh, like what's this going to do? Like what could go wrong? What could go well? For me, you know, he's doing what he's doing. You know, whether people say he hates it and he's manipulating it, or you know, he's just being fake, or personally, I think he's passionate about the hobby. Like he's got a tattoo of Pokemon. Like I don't know. It seems like he enjoys it, right? Like a lot of people in this hobby, he enjoys Pokemon. He also enjoys, you know, collecting it, and he also enjoys making some money, right? No different than most, you know, people in this hobby who buy and collect and then sell every now and then because they've got more, you know, it's gone up in value, so they sell and make some money and buy some other stuff. He's doing exactly the same thing on a bigger scale. Now, people say he's manipulating it more, or, you know, at the end of the day, it's a hobby. Anyone can enter, anyone can spend as much money as they want on whatever they want. And I think it's crazy to get too focused and let it affect you, and get really annoyed about it. A lot of people feel like the hobby is theirs, and like him coming in is like destroying it. And at the end of the day, anyone can enter. And I think it could be a lot worse. Like someone could literally have come in who actually doesn't have any interest in Pokemon and just buys out everything and then does a box break. Like, he's clearly excited. He clearly likes it. And you know, I enjoy watching it. So that's my opinion on it. Whether it's good or bad is down to why you're in the hobby and, you know, how it affects you, I guess. Next question is, which grading service grades harsher? This is a difficult one because I've only got PSA cards. So obviously I know like a Beckett Black Label, you know, pristine 10 is grades harsher than a PSA 10. CGC is obviously the new one entering the hobby. And to be honest, I don't know. I haven't looked at their cards. I haven't bought any, so I wouldn't know if their pristine 10 would be any different. I've just not, I'm not the right person, I guess, to be answering that, only owning PSA cards. So yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. So sorry about that one. Next question: would you rather have a PSA first edition Gym Hero set with all 4 certs, or a Jungle Rocket Unlimited booster box? So for me, Gym Challenge is my preference between the 2 gym sets. And I've always sort of wished that I had a Rocket booster box. I kind of regret not buying one. So like personally, I'm not even talking about value here. I'm not even sure where the value are on that set or those boxes are at the moment. I'd probably take the Team Rocket booster box for my collection, for my, based on my opinion. Doesn't mean it's worth more. I'm not even sure on the values, but yeah, I would take the Team Rocket Unlimited booster box just because I kind of always wished I bought it, but I never did. And the last question we have, a really interesting question actually, so thanks Rob for submitting this one in. How would you feel if companies such as PSA and Beckett started to grade booster boxes? Now this is interesting because a few years ago I did think about this myself, and I just thought this would be amazing if they could seal them up, because booster boxes you can get display cases for, right? So people already make cases for you to put them in. So it's like being the case, but it'd have a label on it and they'd grade it. And I just thought this would be, really, really cool, really, really fun. However, I think my opinion of this has changed now. And I don't know if it's because the value is so much more. There's something about sending a booster box, and I don't know what puts me off that idea, but like a card is just so much easier to send, and I feel like it's easier to protect. It's so small, you can package it like in so many ways. You can really, really protect it, but there's something that would just make me feel nervous about sending a whole booster box all the way to America to PSA to get graded or something. And I don't know why, but it's just, I don't know, it's just like my opinion, I guess. And I guess the other problem is how harsh the grading would be. Like, to find pristine boxes is very rare, and I know they grade booster packs, and typically if you get a booster pack box fresh, it seems like it's very likely that you can get a 10, right? So, I don't know exactly what they grade on booster packs. It's on their website, you can find out what it is they check, but for me it's how it would affect booster box prices and how harsh the grade would be. For some reason I don't think I'd feel confident sending it in, and to be honest, I'm really not sure why that is. I just think it's the sheer size of it and trying to protect it on the way there. I mean, I've sent a booster box that was in a display case, bubble wrapped and then put in a box. And I sent it to Europe to someone who bought it, and the display case had been cracked, the box had a hole in, And luckily, yeah, if I didn't have the display case, obviously the booster box itself would have got wrecked. Because, you know, it was literally cracked. There was a hole in the plastic acrylic display case. It was battered. But yeah, it would be fun, and I would really like seeing like how they grade, you know, what it would look like. And I used to be really excited around this idea, but I don't think I would actually send any boxes in, even ones that I believe are like completely pristine. I just, yeah, I think it's just a value. I don't know why, because obviously you can get cards that are more expensive than the booster boxes, but yeah, I actually don't think I'd send any in. So that, you know, that's interesting, because before I used to think that would be amazing and really, really fun, but you know, things change over time. So that was the last question, and I just want to say thanks to everyone who sent questions in, because obviously I couldn't do the video without any of you guys. So thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It does help. And leave a like, drop a comment. I covered some kind of controversial-ish topics, so anything you don't agree with, I'd love to hear your opinion. Maybe we can do follow-up videos on certain topics, because I know, you know, like with the Logan thing, a lot of people really do, you know, struggle with people like that coming into the market. And you know, my opinion is that I enjoy watching what they do. So yeah, let me know what you think, and until next time, take care.